What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy JB, host of the Behind the Bench podcast network and channel, giving a shout out to the rest of the crew, Shy, Kelvin, KB Film Room, Big Dog Talk Sports. That's right, that's right. For everyone who's tuning in, thank you for supporting Behind the Bench. Subscribe to the channel, help make the show the best that it can be. And can you imagine the year 2024 is almost reached its conclusion, and 2025 is like 8 days away, 8, 9 days away. That's amazing, man. And yeah, man, I just hope everybody had, a successful year, 2024, prosperous year, healthy year, all good vibes. I want to share this real quick, man. I don't like to I really don't spend no energy in this debate here. I mean, it's so overbearing, and it's unwarranted, to tell you the truth, that, I mean, you could tune in and watch a football game and someone's going to bring it up. And I'm just stunned, man, that we even having this conversation, man, when it comes to these two basketball players, man. And like I say, I'm not a professional athlete. I'm just a fan, man. But I tell you what, my eyes, the eye test, man, the feeling that you get, you know what I'm saying, where you don't have to rely on narratives. Where, like, the only thing that we should look for to determine who's the best is watch it unfold on the court. It has to be determined on the court. And what's crazy is, man, what's unfortunate about this situation, it is bogged down the NBA. It's bringing down the NBA dynamic. Errors from the past have been undermined, misrepresented, falsified in most instances, and disrespected. And that's one thing you can't do, man. You cannot do that in life, man. You can't disrespect the past, because you can always learn from it. And without the past, you don't have the present. And then the future becomes uncertain when you try to disregard the past. And I'm not trying to get philosophical or anything like that, but I'm just trying to set a backdrop here. And when it comes to these two basketball players, first of all, their mentality is different. Both are superstars, no doubt about it. When a player like the Hurricane, LBJ, he's played in the league a long time, right? That can't be denied at the end of the day. But if you have to play that long to try to surpass someone who essentially played 7 less seasons than you did, and you said out of your own breath that you're trying to catch the ghost in Chicago, well, that should let everybody know what's up. And something hit me the other day, and I never thought of it like this, man. And it just showed the true separation between these two players. It's not about statistics, man. Now, statistics shows your ability per se in terms of how you play, your playing style. I think your stats, your statistical accumulation, there's a lot of factors that play into it. It's not about errors. It's not about errors. It's about how you play is often reflected in the stats that you garner, right? So when they say Michael Jordan, that he was primarily, all he did was score, well, his scoring was so phenomenal that everything else about his game becomes overlooked. You see what I'm saying? So even though the fact of the matter is, when you look at both of these players' rookie seasons, and LBJ had a great rookie season, right? But Jordan, LBJ averaged 20 points, about 5.5 assists, somewhere around there, about 6 rebounds. as a rookie, right? No complaints and nothing like that. Jordan averaged 28.2 points a game, 6 assists, and about 6.5 rebounds. So he averaged 8 points a game more, and LBJ is not the only rookie who Jordan outmatched. There hasn't been a rookie who's entered the NBA who has averaged as much as Jordan during their rookie season. And that goes for all the big men, the Shaquille O'Neals, the Patrick Ewings, the Akeem Olajuwons, the David Robinsons, the Tim Duncans, or the high-flying scorers, the tremendous wing players, whatever you want, whoever entered the league, they haven't outperformed that as a rookie. And as a rookie, after his first year in the league, Jordan was already viewed as a top 5 player. Wow. And this thought hit me, man. And this is not a knock, man. It just shows that there's really no debate. And remember, in sports, the object is to win. And not just to win, but like I said, man, kids who gravitate to sports and they gravitate to someone to emulate. What do we do when we play? Like, be in the back, at the playground and whatnot. And then if it's basketball, oh man, we hit the game-winning shot to win the championship. In football, oh, we threw the game-winning touchdown to win the Super Bowl, right? Or in baseball, oh man, we hit the game-winning home run to win the Fall Classic, the World Series. You see, so the pinnacle is to win a championship. The pinnacle is not to get there. You don't hear kids say, "Oh man, we good now. We made the finals, man. It don't even matter if we win or not." No, don't work like that. The natural inclination as a professional athlete for people who pursue a career in professional sports, their dream is to get drafted, right, and to one day win championships, or to win a championship. You take it from there. It's not getting there. You see, when you start talking like that, the bar is lowered. And that's the only way that this debate can even exist. And like I said, if they would have just let LBJ conduct his career without trying to push him past people, especially when his career doesn't, when it's based on winning, it doesn't measure up. And he's not the only one. It's a lot of great players in the league, man. They've left a mark in the league. But if someone is proven not to be better, it is what it is. But this would hit me the other day, man, and it rocked my world. And it truly showed the separation between these two players. Now check this out. This will be the 7th season of LBJ wearing the jersey of the Los Angeles Lakers, right? This is his 7th year, right? And during the initial 6 years, they had one successful season that culminated in the bubble championship. And I know people, they may say it's an NBA championship, but they promoted it. It was constantly reinforced as the bubble. So people wanted the bubble to exist, to continue the season, to determine the champion. But it was under very peculiar circumstances in terms of, you playing at one venue throughout the whole course of the event, right? And it is what it is. So in 6 years, they had one good season, right? And it's been a lot of up and down. You miss the playoffs, or you have to operate through the play-in to get to the playoffs. And then there's been 2 occasions where the Lakers have been eliminated in the first round. No playoffs, and year 1, no playoffs, right? Now, I'm going to show you the separation. And it's so profound, man. And anyone who applies logic, when they hear this, man, they should say to themselves, man, who we fooling, dog? Now, I'm finna share this with you. So in 6 years, with him on the team, right? One season that ended, it culminated in a supposed championship. Michael Jordan, in his last 6 full seasons as a player for the Chicago Bulls, he ended the season winning 6 championships. Think about that. He retired, essentially gave other teams and players the opportunity to win a championship while he pursues a career in baseball, right? Think about this. In his last 6 seasons, full seasons with the Chicago Bulls, he won 6 championships with 0 defeats. Now you take that same time period of 6 years, them 6 years, and you compare that to LBJ's 6 years with the Lakers, and it's not even close. And I never thought about that until I wasn't even trying to think that. It just popped up in my head, man. I said, man, that rocked my world right there. Think about that. It's beyond 6 for 6. Realistically, if he had not retired to go play baseball, conceivably, he leading the Chicago Bulls could have won 8 straight. And not to mention, the team was broken up probably a year prematurely when management broke up the Bulls after they won their last championship in 1998, the last dance. So they could have won a championship in 99. When you look at it in them terms, man, just think about all the moves that the Lakers have made over these past 6 years, man. I mean, it'll make your head numb, man. It'll make your head spin. And all that they can lay claim to and lay hold to is that 1 year that culminated in the bubble. Think about it. Okay, the other man, he wins a 3-peat, 3 straight championships, right? Okay, so he retires. He didn't quit, as the talking heads like to say, because Jim Brown, the late great Jim Brown, is still considered by many to be the greatest running back of all time. He retired at the age of 29 as the all-time leading rusher in football. 12,312 yards. Right? They didn't say he quit. They just said he retired. He pursued a career outside of football, and he never did return back. Right? Okay. So when you compare it like that, man, since this is the debate, as they want to say, the debate of all debates in sports, when you realistically look at it, man, there's no comparison, dog. And it's so glaring, man. It's so glaring. And the thing about it, man, when Jordan returned back, when Michael Jordan returned back in 95, not even Jordan can, a professional athlete, a professional basketball player who has not played in the NBA approximately 2 years, and you played another sport, so your body is now conditioned to play another sport versus the sport that you played 9-10 years in, and they succumbed in the playoffs to the Orlando Magic in the conference semifinals, and he was still dropping 32 a game. It's just that he couldn't finish the games off in the playoff because he wasn't in condition. He wasn't in basketball shape. That's why Orlando was celebrating so hard, like, oh man, we beat Jordan, but they didn't beat the real Jordan. And he came back the next year, man, and that defeat was distant memory. It was a hoax, it was a fluke. You see what I'm saying? So think about that, man. And the Bulls essentially built the same type of team that he led to the first 3-peat from 91 to 93, right? They essentially replaced Howard Grant role with Dennis Rodman. Then they replaced Bill Cartwright's role with Lou Longley. I mean, everything else is pretty much the same. Jordan and Pippen were the mainstays of the franchise. When you think about it like that, man, and it just blew me away. I said, God dang it. So you could take any 6 years, any metric, man, and the guy to the right, it's a landslide. And this is not to knock nobody, man. It's just since they wanted to make this the debate, since they trying to push Jordan out of the mix, because they've been trying to accomplish this for the past, really seriously, for like the past 8 years. And he won 6 titles. You think about how fast these past 6 years if gone, over time from 2018 to 2024. And you take Jordan's performance in those 6 years with the Bulls, and then you replace that. Now you replace LBJ's 6 years with the Lakers and replace that with Jordan's 6 years. Come on, man. What we talking about, Doc? What we talking about, man? And it hit me like the thunderbolt, man. I said, wow. And all these years, man, it never entered my mind in that fashion, man. And see, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to winning, man, it's about winning championships. Let me put it this way. When you're in position, as you start reaching your prime, where a team has built a roster around you that's good enough for you to vie for a championship, at that point, man, that's when the comparison should start. The comparison should not be about, like I said, when LBJ, he wasn't criticized. I wasn't sitting here making fun of him saying, oh, man, he ain't made the playoffs his first 2 years. That's not even a natural thinking, because you're drafted by a team that was losing before you got there. So the odds are you're not going to make the playoffs the first year as a rookie, because first of all, you're a rookie. So you're trying to establish yourself, and then the second year, he didn't make the playoffs, but the team improved, right? The team record improved. So you figured at some point he was going to reach the playoffs for the first time. It was going to happen. Just like with Grant Hill, he made the playoffs in year 3. It's kind of Patrick Ewing made the playoffs for the first time in year 3. Allen Iverson didn't make the playoffs right away. It took AI. He entered the class of '96. He entered the league the same year as Kobe Bryant and Ray Allen. AI did not make the playoffs until about year 3. You see what I'm saying? So it's a natural progression. So it wasn't nothing to make fun of. But the revisionists want to penalize Jordan for losing in the first round when he was getting his team to the playoffs as a rookie. It doesn't make any sense. And then he faced a Milwaukee Bucks team that was 59-23, right? And then the next 2 years, he faced the '86 Celtics, often viewed as one of the top 3 single season teams of all time in the history of this league. Well, nobody finna beat that team. They was on a mission. And then they had to play him again in year 3. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, man, I don't think a comparison should be made until a player reaches a point in his career where their organization has built a team that's viable enough for you to pursue a championship. Then that's when you start, if you want to make comparisons. I mean, to me, that's the most logical way to do it. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to share that, man. That just why when my mind, man, grasped the magnitude of that. The 6 year with LBJ on the team now in year 7 compared to Jordan's last 6 year with the Bulls, and then you start saying to yourself, well, essentially in 11 full season with the Bulls, because the second year he had the foot injury, he missed like 60 some games. And then he returned back from baseball with like 17 games left to go in the 95 season. So in 11 seasons, full season with the Bulls, this man won 6 championships. So over 50% of the time, over an 11-year period, he won a title. See, you can look at it like that too. See, and it just shows that he won in a shorter period. He won more in a shorter period of time, in a higher degree of difficulty. And the higher degree of difficulty is you pretty much winning with the same roster that you previously won with. The first three-peat, starting lineup: Jordan, Paxson, Pippen, Grant, Cartwright. The only change they made in the first three-peat was in year 3. They replaced John Paxson with B.J. Armstrong, who they drafted in 1990. And in the second three-peat, Jordan, Pippen, Harper, Rodman, Longley. They want overhauling the roster every year. That's the higher degree of difficulty, because you're facing a new challenger every year that's trying to build themselves up to unseat you, to dethrone you. And he did it with less offensive laden talent around him. And it's just, man, they can sit here, man, they can try to spin it all day long. But you take them 6 years from 1991 through 98. If you say 1991, 93, and then 96, 98, and you take that and compare that to the other individual 6 years on the Lakers, man, when you look at it in them terms, dog, like every year, essentially, those 6 years, every year, man, he and the Bulls finished the season with a title, not just with a title, but with a parade. Think about it. He didn't know in a championship round, he didn't know what it felt like to lose. Think about that, man. Just think about that. When he broke through and reached the final for the first time, my Lakers were favored to win because of their experience. Now, I remember going into that series when they where after they beat Detroit in the conference finals. You say, well, most people would pick the Lakers because they have the experience. So it wasn't like he was being like cocky. You see what I'm saying? And they won that finals, man. So what I'm saying is, for him and his team not to know what it felt like to lose in the finals, dog, man, that's huge, dog. And when you think about that 6 years, man, that's why he was able. That's why he felt that he could retire in the first time in '93, because he said, I have no more challenges. I have nothing else to prove. So he concluded in his mind, man. He said, man, I've achieved so much, man. I've been so successful that he probably felt like he conquered the sport of basketball in a like, not in a cocky way, but just like in terms of him achieving absolute greatness, man. So when he came back for the second three-peat, that was like a bonus coverage. That's what it felt like, man. It was all gravy at that point, and he kept adding to the legend. So, man, I just want to share that with everybody, man. And when you look at it in them terms, because in this business, it's about winning, man. And winning in a way where there are times where you have to overcome the odds when the odds are stacked against you. A la the flu game, a la overcoming Magic Johnson and his experience, his gamesmanship, his all of that, overcoming that home crowd in Utah, man, where Utah barely lost. It didn't even matter to him, dog. So, man, look, man, like I say, man, you do not have to be the greatest ever to be appreciated and leave a positive mark in this game, man. But when someone is trying to force a situation and trying to propel his way to the top in a way that's based on manipulation, in the end, it's not going to work, man, because the history is the history, and there's no way in the world that a basketball player with a losing record in championship play is better than the guy who never lost. And the only reason I'm bringing up these two because this is supposed to be the debate of all debates. So I just want to share that nugget. Until next time, this is JB BTB behind the bench.